have faith, have hope. It will lead you somewhere. Only if you're willing to let go. If you're going to be like the child who's going to keep crying in the morning because he or she doesn't want to go to the school, it's preschool, mother saying, no, you have to go, you have to go. He's crying, he's like, no, I don't want to go, please don't leave me. These people will eat me and so on, so I can't live here. But she says, no, you have to go. That mother needs to, strengthen her heart to let go of her child for a few hours so the child can flourish, so the child can learn. Similarly, sometimes you have to let go of yourself, of what you hold on to so dear about you, that I cannot have change in my life because I'm so comfortable where I am. There is a difference between being complacent and being content. How, according to Krishna, what is actually awakening? Where you stop living just for yourself. Where the petty emotions of envy and being jealous and anger and passion, they don't grip you repeatedly. Where you are aware the moment an emotion emerges in your consciousness. And more importantly, you realize that there are multiple truths. Because as long as I believe there is only one way, I am bound to be rigid. It's a given. If I believe my way is the only right way, I think it's quite normal that I am going to be very rigid in my approach because I'm thinking I'm right. And not only that, I'm thinking only I am right. The first part is okay. That could be conviction that I am right. The second part is tragic. It's fatal on the path of spirituality. When you think only I am right. I once read this story, There were 4 people. 4 wise men. I think we can use that in the same sentence. 2 words, wise and men. The 4 wise men, and they were journeying together, and they had to cross a forest. Right in the middle of the forest, they lose their way. And now they feel little scared that who knows who will be eaten first by a bear or a tiger and so on. And they say, look, what do we do now? We don't know where to go. And one of them says, I am going to go left. Let's all go left. Because the word left has detachment in it. Left. He left. Right. The word left has detachment in it. I once read a joke, actually. This person drove all the way to Disneyland. And when he got there, he read a board that said Disneyland left. And he said, oh my God. He went back. It was a poor joke for average intellect. So the first person said that left signifies detachment. Tyag. Let's go left. And the other 3 said, no, not left. There were 5 people actually, not 4. So the other 4 said, no, not left. You can go if you like. He says, okay, I am going. See you all later, because I know this is the way. And the second person said, it's very clear he didn't know what he was talking about. The word right says it all. It's right. Has rightness about it, a righteousness about it. Let's all go right. Now 4 were left, including him. The other 3 said, no, you can carry on. We don't feel so convinced about going right. And this man, one of them said, look, you all are wrong. Don't leave just yet. He climbed up a tree, a very tall tree. He said, then I can see where we have to go. But one of them said, I don't care what you see. I am going straight. Courageous people never look back. They only ever go straight. Straightness is the path. You've got to go straight. And he's yelling from top, but straight is not the way. I'm telling you, I don't see a way straight. He said, you can't see anything anyway. It's not like it's got a metal road or anything. And the 5th guy said, look, you're all ignorant, arrogant, egoistic fools. It's very clear we have to go back. We just have to return. We'll be back in our town. Nobody paid attention to what he had to say. He said, you are a coward. You just want to run back. And who's to say you will actually get back? He said, I am going back. So one person went straight. One went to his left. The other went to his right. One went back. And the wisest one climbed up the tree. He could see where the path was. And he thought to himself, these guys are real fools. They would die a very sad death. But here I am. I actually know which way the path is. And when it's day tomorrow again, I can maybe help myself. And maybe I'll see the dead bodies along the way or something. At least one of his friends. But he was wrong. He was not the wisest of the 5. The reason he was wrong was because everybody was right. The one who went straight ended up in the thick of the forest. He learned to fight for survival. He learned various techniques to survive in the wild. And later, he taught that to many people who came lost in the woods. The one to his left ended up in a different town. He said, I will now help you create a path to the forest where you can source all your wood and so on. And the one who went back said, look, I will create a way into the forest. Nobody ever gets lost again. The one to the right ended up in a different village. He learned a different trade in the new village, made new friends there, met new people there. And the one on top could see everything. He became a preacher. He said, look, I will help you. I know the way, okay? I can see. I have an aerial view. Alokaviteshvara, like Buddha, I've risen above. I can see which way to go. So all 5 ended up at a different juncture, in a different place in their lives. And that's really just about the only thing worth remembering whenever you embark on a new journey. Have faith. Have hope. It will lead you somewhere. Only if you're willing to let go. If you're going to be like the child who's going to keep crying in the morning because he or she doesn't want to go to the school, it's preschool, mother saying, no, you have to go, He's crying, he's like, no, I don't want to go, please don't leave me, these people will eat me and so on, so I can't live here. But she said, no, you have to go. That mother needs to, strengthen her heart to let go of her child for a few hours so the child can flourish, so the child can learn. Similarly, sometimes you have to let go of yourself of what you hold on to so dear about you, that I cannot have change in my life because I'm so comfortable where I am. There is a difference between being complacent and being content. Huge difference. In complacent, you're comfortable, but you're still complaining and you want more, but you can't have more. The grapes are sour. In content, you are ever working for more, but you're very happy with what you have. At the root of it is hope, faith. If I continue, I will end up somewhere. There's this actually a poem by Emily Dickinson. Hope is a thing with feathers. This is what it says. Hope is the thing with feathers that perches in the soul and sings the tune without the words and never stops at all. Everybody has hope till their last breath. And sweetest in the gale is heard, and sore must be the storm that could abash the little bird that kept so many warm. I've heard it in the chillest land and on the strangest sea, yet never in extremity it asks a crumb of me. And that's the thing, hope doesn't want anything from you. Hope is only a giver. So when you feel hopeless or listless, when you feel life is coming to an end, or how would I do this, or how would I do that, or what will happen, remember, life has a way of working itself out. You've just got to trust the intelligence of the universe. You've got to have faith in a power, whatever name you give to that power, that it's going to be all right. It's not the end of the world. And somewhere, much later in Bhagavad Gita, that's what Krishna says to Arjuna. Eventually, when all else fails, he says, Tamev sharanam gach sarbhaven bharata. Go seek the refuge of the divine Kante. और तुम्हारा कोई इलाज नहीं हो सकता. Nothing else is working. Why don't you seek his refuge? And vimarshet sheshen yatha chasita thakur. I've told you, now you do as you please, Krishna said to Arjuna. So ultimately, the thing is, you cannot have a constant life. Life is not supposed to work that way. Everything is constantly changing. If I accept my change, and if I understand that there are multiple ways to reach that shore of contentment, of attainment, of peace, then each moment, each step of the way is going to be an enlightening step. It's going to be a joyous moment, as opposed to feeling constantly bad till we die. Such people Krishna called are, he said, of demonic tendencies. Asuri pravritti, he called them. Those who cannot stop worrying about the future or about their future. He said that is not the sign of a wise person. That is not the sign of somebody who has faith. You've got to work towards whatever you know to the best of your ability, and rest you've got to hand it. When we go to sleep, we can check the log and if the door's locked and so on, but we don't say, what happens if I forget breathing? We hand it to somebody. Look, somebody's going to make sure, even if I'm fast asleep, that I'm breathing. So much so, nobody can kill themselves by, maybe stuffing themselves under a pillow or something. Because the moment you try to stop your breath, longer than your body can tolerate, it will then fall unconscious and breathing resumes. Nature has a way of keeping you alive. Nature also has a way of keeping your mind alive, your dreams alive. Only if you don't kill them, only if you nurture them. And nurturing requires focus, mindfulness, faith, and also a great deal of acceptance.